the Eisenhower Center at Abilene, Kansas. Uh, Here is one of the markers, and the president's home, where he grew up, is in the background back there. We'll go over and get a closer look at it.
Place of meditation. Hear the chimes? They're buried inside there, and Eisenhower and his wife and her infant son, Dwight Dowd Eisenhower, named after Eisenhower and his wife both.
Now, this is the dates that General or President Eisenhower lived here. It was in the Eisenhower home till '46, and it's been donated as a park now. It's real beautiful here, scenery, and so clean and quiet. We really enjoy it.
Dan was going in and see if the Eisenhowers are home. This is just a homely house. They had a smaller house, and then when their grandmother got to where she's by herself, they built this extra room on the side here for her, and they added a bath, and so it just sort of like some of the people lived back then, but this is a pretty nice house for them days. Delma must be waiting for him to come out and sit on the porch. Really is a beautiful place, and it's a comfortable place. The whole town is just a country little town. We just love staying all night here. We stayed up about 4 or 5 blocks from here, and anybody could walk if they wanted to. We come down last night and walked quite a bit around the grounds, but everything was closed. We just drove 14 hours yesterday, and we wasn't too tired, and we took time about and took breaks, and it was nice. We've been by here several times, but we always stop. We enjoy it. We thought maybe we'd pick out some places for the young at heart to take a trip.
Dan was going to try the back door and see if anyone answers there. Yes, I'll take a break.
Come on around back. Show you the flowers and everything. This is the part that they built on for their grandmother when she come to live with them. And up the top there is a square part. That was the original house. And then when she come to live with them, they built this bath and extra room on the side here. So it's a real comfortable dwelling. Here's a kind of little patio back here with vines and running around on it. Inside it's got just the home furnishings of the Eisenhowers, and it's got cushions around in the chairs with the boys' names embroidered on them, and just a real homely little place. Look like you just go in there and just make yourself at home. At the parking lot now, when we was here the first time, the school was there. The school that Eisenhower went to, the original school, was still standing there. It's kind of a high school and grade school all combined. And there's a church in the background. This is going into the museum. Now the museum is built where the family garden spot was at. They had truck patches and all kinds of things here. And he worked in a creamery here close by when he was a boy, just about a block from this building. There's a cream station and a depot and different things, just like a little country town. This is one of Delma's favorite poses. When he was in service, they had the Eisenhower jackets, and this is what he's got on in this pose here, Eisenhower. That was their issued dress, Class A uniform. So he always enjoys seeing this. And it's really a beautiful place. Does that bring back any memories?
Yes, it does. Now, this is a signal here. It's in the cement. It's the same thing that's on the money.
This is August the 2nd. We haven't got our time and date on this. Seemed like we couldn't get it to come on, but this is the library here at the Eisenhower Center. And it's a beautiful place. There's 623. We saw several old cars last night. We was down there at the telephone museum, and there's 331 Model A's down there. And look at there, there's a red one. Look at that. And they was traveling. They was coming from Canada and Michigan, and we thought they was part of the museum, but we got down there and these have all got a plaque on them, and we won't take the time to get close enough where we can read it, but it's a beautiful scenery.
This is the fountain outside of the house of the meditation here. We're going inside just in a moment.
This is where Dwight David Eisenhower and Mamie Dowd Eisenhower is buried, and their son, Dowd Dwight Eisenhower. The son was about 3 years old, and it's inside the house of meditation. And it's a beautiful place. This is a few seats they've got in here where you can go and sit and meditate. There's 3 seats on each side.
Sort of like a little chapel.
Uh-huh. Stained glass windows. I think this is a tourist attraction. It's on the tracks, the original tracks and everything, but they must have had a lot of dealings with the railroads back in them days, because we've come across about 3 railroads in this town. But it's a wonderful country little town. It's got a lot of museums and a lot of things to see here. We really enjoy it. And we're going to try to make it to Colorado Springs by tonight. It'll be just across country, and when you see about 50 miles of it, it'll all be just about like that till we get into about 50 miles of Colorado, and you start seeing the scenes of Colorado. But we usually try to make it in one day, and we've enjoyed our stay and enjoyed looking forward to the rest of it. And this is August the 2nd, 1994. We've passed several of these sunflowers. Some of the fields look like they'd have at least 100 acres in them. And no telling how many fields we've passed that way. Then we passed some that wasn't ready to bloom yet, and all so pretty. There's a lot of farmland through here. We've never been through here this time of year. Most of the time we come through the wheat season. We've never seen the sunflower, but this is just beautiful. You can't really see it, how much it is. You see the edges of it, but all of them's facing the same way, and there's on both sides of the road. There'll be a field of this, then a field of corn, and not very many houses. Isn't this beautiful? This would make a lot of snacks, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Velma, you gonna climb that mountain?
I'm ready. Going with me?
Uh,
Look at that cedar tree up there now.
I'll stand behind you, way behind you. Here's a tree that's grown up several feet above sea level. I don't know how the thing survives up there, but I guess it gets moisture out of that rock. Quite a stone.
We're at Garden of Gods.
This is what they call the Garden of the Gods. It's right in, just outside of Colorado Springs. A lot of beautiful scenery. Rocks of all descriptions and plenty of hills to climb. We might work up an appetite before we get back. Well, I'll better get moving, I guess. Now was anxious to climb that mountain.
This is a hidden inn. It's back, nestled back in between the cliffs of rock. And one time we was here, they was doing mountain climbing on that rock there. I don't see hardly how they get a hold, but they did. They worked for hours, just maybe move a foot or so. Souvenir shop and different things in there. Snack bar.
Bring up closer, get ready to go.
Peter, come over this way. I can't get around there. We'll go off the other way where Josh is.
There's a man on top of this real tall, slim rock. I'm going to try to zoom him in. See if I can get him a little closer.
It's beautiful here. There's just everywhere you turn is pretty scenery. Mountains or big cliffs of rock and all so many pretty colors. Wonder how long it'd take him to climb up through there.
Quite a while, imagine. They don't move very fast.
Looks like he's resting now. I bet he needs to. There he's moving a little bit.
Another one's starting down.
Oh, there's one starting down? I haven't.
And then there's a yellow tag on their. This way, guys.
Kids don't, they don't want to walk on the street.
That's their ID number.
Isn't this a beauty?
Quite a rock, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Wonder how many acres of scenery like this here.
Oh, I'd say thousands of acres.
Let's go, guys. Here you go.
Everywhere you look, there's pretty scenery. Temperature just perfect. It's real clear today. They talk like we might have rain this evening. So we're trying to get a little outdoor scenery took care of this morning. Look back through here, back behind me. We went down to Flying W Range to see if we could get in for the supper and the Western Show tonight, but they was all booked up, and we're going to call back later and see if we be any cancellations we can get in. If we can't, we might just have to pass on this time.
How many of the feet? 2,900 and 3,000, isn't it?
No, wasn't that many. They served them in 28 minutes. It's 1,500 one time we was there. Of course, they have different amounts.
The time was what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, they serve about 1,400 on average, don't
Yeah.
they? And feed them in about 30 minutes, don't
Yeah, they do. They have them all served in about 30 minutes. There's nothing. That one very white rock, was it? Oh.
I don't know whether Grandma will be able to do that or not. Maybe you better not try to climb too high.
Think I'll come down?
I think I'd come down if I was you. You may come down a little bit quicker than you aim to.
Well, I think I can do it, but just to be safe, I'll come on down. Man, all these children love to climb on the rocks, don't they? There's several that's low enough that they can have fun on climbing. Dale has to get one more picture. He's afraid he's going to run out of pretty scenery. The sky's real clear and blue here today, and it's really comfortable. Just got sidewalks around through here in the park. It's really pretty. Good view of that hidden in there somewhere I saw just a minute ago. hidden in, built back in the rock. And we took some pictures of it earlier, but this video shows it from a distance, and you see the whole thing. This is really pretty.
We have a fellow trying to climb the mountain here. I don't know how high he's going to go. I know how high I'd go. I'd go low. It's several hundred feet high. The children seem to be enjoying climbing the mountain, at least at the lower part of it. They can't get very high because it goes pretty steep up a little farther.
A balanced rock. It's scenery like it's all the way down through here, and then there's a place down there where the cars drive through. You can just barely get through. It's just beautiful. Down he's going on. See the cars going through down there? Delma's making his way over to the balanced rock. He's trying to hold it up to keep it from falling over on him. It's really beautiful. I believe he's trying to push it over now, but he can't do that either. It's really a lot of pretty scenery. We're going to check back and see if we can get into the garden, to the Flying W Ranch tonight. I doubt we should have made the reservations last night, but it was raining when we got here, and we just didn't do it. Thought in the middle of the week we wouldn't have any problem, but I find we are having a problem. This is beautiful. That's really close.
This is a big rock, and just very little hole in it at the bottom. Looks like you could almost push it off. But it's heavier than it looks, I'm sure. Now, you think you can get through that needle's eye? Lost Velma. Let me see if I can find her. Oh, there she is.
Come on up.
Okay.
A lot of good breeze. time it is coming down. Come down kind of easy. Get a little more of the scenery here. Nice breeze blowing. Sit down and rest in a while, but we're ready to start out again.
There's a rainbow back there. I hope I can get it up. It's just about gone. It was beautiful a minute ago.
This is a railroad that's really in use. We went down the incline a few minutes ago and went way down several thousand feet to the bottom of this, and while we was down there, the train come. I bet it had 100 cars on it, and it's really beautiful.
Passenger train used to come through here, didn't it?
Yes, and it's really beautiful spot. The river or creek or whatever it is runs right along beside the track all the way down through here.
How many miles is that, did they say?
I didn't hear them say. At one place, they didn't have any place to put the track, and they put a swinging bridge for the railroad track.
Something said about 30 miles.
Might be. And then we rode that tram over to the other side and come across the big bridge. It's just lots of stuff to see here. It's the Royal Gorge. And this is August 3rd, 1994. Over here's the bridge. It was dedicated in 1929, wasn't it?
Yes.
And it's really something to see. I'll see how they had the equipment and knowledge to do it back then.
What was it, about 80 men worked on it?
80 men worked on it and completed it without an injury.
Let's go down and get a little bit better look at the bridge. What do you say?
Okay, let's do.
Yeah.
This is what we rode over on the other side with. There's about 50 people, I guess, on that thing. We rode over from one side of the mountain to the other and then come across the big Royal Gorge Bridge. Look at all the flags up through there. This bridge, I don't know how long it is, but it's a pretty good walk across it. I see one Arkansas flag. I guess it's just about all of them up through there.
All the states, I believe, yes.
I believe they are. Go around a curve, maybe, and some more scenery. Dale just keeps taking videos. You're going to have to charge it up for too long.
Several feet down to the railroad track in the water, isn't it?
Yeah. Isn't this a beautiful sight? We've come through miles and miles of this, and we had our camcorder in the back, and we was afraid we was going to run out of it. It looks like a city up there, all different colors, and little cedar trees trying to survive. Isn't this pretty? 4-lane highway going through here, but it's It's really something. We're getting close to the Utah line. We're still in Colorado, and this is August 4th, 94. We need to get our time set on that date on the camera. But we've really enjoyed this trip through here. There's a railroad track here. Is there a creek running down beside the road, Delma?
Yes, This is a canyon.
It's really beautiful. Weather's nice. We're on our way to Salt Lake City, Utah. Dale's stretching his legs a little bit. He's been driving. I'm going to drive for a while now. We've just had lunch at a rest stop. We pulled over. Wasn't any rest stop for a long ways. Thought we weren't going to find one. Thought we was going to have to pull off to a town somewhere and get something to eat. But we had some stuff in the cooler and found this rest stop in a real pretty place. So we stopped to eat. And then we was on our way in a few minutes. Maybe I can get up high enough to get the top of that. Yeah, there it is. Oh. Like a bunch of heads sticking up. Wind's blowing, but it's not real bad hot today. Here's a road that comes right around through the canyons. We're at Canyonlands National Park in Utah. This is August 4th, 94. There's a road way down in the bottom there. Your thumb's too short. This is August 5th, 1994. We're here at Canyonlands. It's a beautiful sight. Looks like castles and reminds you of the Grand Canyon, and it's got a green cast part of it. Looks like it might have some copper in the rocks and the dirt. And it's really beautiful here. Delma, he got the thrill of his lifetime when he stopped to get his ticket. Well, you get a senior citizen ticket at 62, and she said, well, you look awful young. I'll have to see your driver's license. So he's smiling the rest of the day now. He had to prove his age. Isn't this beautiful?
It sure is.
Here's another canyon. We're just traveling around through it, and they have pullovers, so we pull over and take another shot with a camcorder. We're about 350 miles from the Grand Canyon in Arizona, so this is probably some of the same.
It's similar to it anyway.
Similar to it. get Green River over here? Right through there? Green River. Green River? Well, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Let's see if I can get a closer look at the river.
This is the grand view. This is beautiful. Weather's real nice today.
Yes, it's not as hot as yesterday.
No, it's a little bit of breeze and just about right. Had a nice picnic area here. We stopped to eat a bite of lunch, and then we're going to go up in the canyon lands. No, Arches. This is Arches National Park.
We done seen the canyon.
Yeah, we done seen the canyon lands.
Well,
So we'll go up and see what there is here to see. Looks beautiful from here. Good thing we had our lunch in the car. I don't see too much around to eat.
we can't eat rocks, can we?
Now, if you could, you'd have it made.
Pam was looking in the trunk. I hope she's found me something to eat. Uh-oh, she has.
You don't need anything to eat now, do you? This was going along. This is Arches National Park in Utah. This is what's going along. Get to see it all in the place.
This looks like three men. Could be the three wise men.
As we ride along. Isn't that pretty? We just had to stop here and take a little bit more. Look, it looks like an elephant up there. Look like maybe 2 or 3 of them. Their heads up there in the line. Isn't that something? We drove for miles and miles and miles just seeing scenery like this.
Looks like a big bird sitting over there.
Yeah. This is Courthouse Towers. We're still in the Arches National Park in Utah. We just keep seeing different sceneries, and it is so pretty. Look over here on this, on your left over there, down way up there, see? Looks like a dog or something up on top of that rock. You just imagine everything. Is this something?
Sure is. It's a Saturday evening. We're in Jackson, Wyoming. We're going to spend the night here. Here's a slight little hill here. And there's the Sizzler where we eat supper. Or dinner, some people call it.
Go down to the museum.
Delma says there's a museum down there. I don't know if it's got, who all it's got in it.
Come on, we'll see what else is down this way.
Here's one of the ski resorts. Velma wishes the snow was on so she could go skiing.
Isn't that something? They have something going around here summer and winter. Here's a carriage ride. Well, they're just loading up and unloading every few minutes. This town is really booming.
That's really the old stagecoach, isn't it?
Yeah. It's, Jackson Hole stage line. And then there's the horns. Is them deer horns or some kind of horns they got them? I've seen several of them. Even over the highways they'll have them fixed. But there's something going on here all the time, I reckon. Beautiful scenery. We went to Teton Village to find a motel. It was about 4 o'clock and it was all filled up, and they called over here and we got a place, or we'd never seen this. Got this place as the last one in the motel, and the rest of them had no vacancy. So we just happened up on this. Boy, things is really going on here. Real nice little shop, leather shops and picture taking, and
Kind of like Gatlinburg.
yeah, it's kind of like Gatlinburg, only more, I believe. Here's another arch of deer horns. I reckon they're deer. Might be
Yeah, they're deer.
elk or something.
Wouldn't you say a lot of deers lost their lives in respect of this?
Anyway, no, they're elk. The sign over here says elk. Let's see. Let me walk over here and see. They're elk antlers,
My
arches.
land.
And they've got 4 right here in this small part right here, like that. And I've seen them over the highways in different places. This is Jackson, Wyoming. Just all kinds of shops were right here, just mountains all around. Temperature just real nice. We've had a kind of a long day's drive. Didn't go that far. It was kind of a small road we was on up through the mountains, but we enjoyed it. Around here, motorcycles and cowboy bar. Of course, there's a lot of good things. We're trying to stay out of them places. We usually can pretty easy. Look at them motorcycles lined up through there. And there's a bus load that's coming in. We're sitting here waiting for Old Faithful. And look at the crowd that's lined up down through here to see it. It's time posted when it's supposed to erupt. And we're sitting here waiting. We'll get it in a minute. All kinds of I am. I'm in it.
Say anything?
Here it is, what we've been waiting for. Goes up about 100 feet.
I'm just making big.
It's coming back down now. It's getting lower and lower. Give that the mouth of it. Can you see the mouth?
Looks like a tornado.
Isn't that something?
Oh my goodness, there's one more.
One more? Look at the water coming down. It's supposed to be at 11:11. It's running a little bit late. Steam. It'd probably burn you, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Somewhere.
that is hot. Yeah.
It's unsafe and unlawful to leave walkway in thermal areas to take pets beyond this point to throw objects into the food. Nobody don't have to tell me to not wait in there. Isn't this something? This boiling water come right out of the ground. It'd be a little hot for a bath, I think. Boiling water come right out of the ground. Isn't this something? Just one place right after another. Here at Gurgling. Here's another place. And I bet that stream is cold. I haven't tried it this time, but one time I felt of it and the stream is cold as ice and that water's boiling. Up higher. Let's run back and get a view of this. Smaller one. They're just little ones all over the place. Let's decide to go up higher. They'll boil real low for a while and directly they'll just burst out in a great big burst of steam and water. Big pool, some bubbling around little spots. And they're just around everywhere. Delma, he's got to see what it's like. He's going to put his finger down in it and see if it's hot. It's hot. Well, it's something else coming down through here, and Delma's going to check and see if it's cold or not. Is it cold? I don't see how with all this heat around it. It's a beautiful little branch. Fire this time, but the fire has been here several years back and has killed a lot of the green wren. It's not as pretty as it was at one time we was here.
That's what they call it. That's the black sand there.
Seen any fires this time? We heard about them and everything, but we haven't seen any to speak of. Maybe just a little cigarette fire alongside the road and it's done been put out. We haven't seen any blazes. And we was kind of wondering about that before we come.
We had a big fire here about 5 years ago.
But this fire has been about 5 years ago. But it's been a great trip. We really enjoyed it. There's one getting way up high again. Woo!
That's steam. What you say? Yeah.
Uh-huh. See the little flag? Varmint right there?
Yeah.
You got it? This is Firehole Falls. This is on Sunday evening, August 6th, 94. We're still in Yellowstone Park, seeing a lot of beautiful scenery. 7.
It's hard to keep up to date.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
hard to keep up the dates. We'll be out this evening in a little town. Maybe we'll go to church tonight. We didn't find any place here in Yellowstone.
A little squirrel expecting us to feed it.
They certainly don't like to stand still for you, do you? No, they don't. It's a herd of buffalo. Wonder how many there are? 25?
Probably more than that.
You think they are?
Uh-huh.
Isn't that so? We haven't seen for a minute, Jill.
No, we went to the buffalo.
Waterfalls, they're just all along the way. This little creek runs right beside the road all the way around through here. Isn't this pretty?
Yes, it is.
Might take a shower down there. Elk. They're all females except one. The one down at the horns is the male. Well, they're taking advantage of going across the water, aren't they? Isn't that something? You can get that man sitting there now. Now, see right there?
Looks like it.
Look at the people out there. They must be pretty gentle.
They're out here a while.
Aren't they pretty? That's the male, isn't it? Yeah, 16, what I could see. Count up the bunch, I can't count it for sure. Well, there's about 20 down there.
Just another view of the elk. There's a bunch of them. They're grazing here in this field. Nice creek here. Here's how this gets its name of Yellowstone. Sand and rocks are real yellow.
main canyon of the Yellowstone. It's an inspiration point. We drove back a little ways and it's really crowded here. A lot of cars, a lot of people, but it's beautiful. Did you get the falls way over there?
Uh-huh.
Did you zoom it in?
Well, no. But...
See if you can zoom that falls way over our end.
Okay.
Don't get up here to this sign. Tells where we're at. Seeing a lot of beautiful scenery. We gotta be heading out pretty soon to get some hotel. Then we'll be going on to Washington State tomorrow. You ready to go? Different colors. Must be why they call it Yellowstone.
I guess it is, yeah.
They haven't had as many forest fires over here on this side as they did on the other side. But we haven't seen any fire this trip. Where it's been burned, it's been 4 or 5 years ago. Isn't that pretty?
Sure is.
Look how rough that water. I guess them waterfalls makes it really roll down through there. Side of the road. My goodness. Yeah. They pretty? That volcano.
Smells like sulfur.
And it smells so much like sulfur. It just really plain. There's 3 or 4 right around here. Then there's something over there. It's not exactly like it, but what is that? Is that some kind of boiling stuff out of the
There's
ground?
hot steam coming out
Yeah.
of it. I don't want to fall in there.
There's a mud volcano down that way, but it's not boiling like this one. This one here is really...
Well, this is going crazy. Wonder what's making it boil? Hot?
Let's see. Beautiful scenery. This is really green pretty. This way.
Hello, buffalo.
He's waving at you. Alive! On our way out.
Oh,
Aren't they something?
I don't believe.
Have you been around the Virginia Falls, the Virginia Cascade?
There's
Turn right
a
here.
bigger mature bowl too.
Well, thank you.
Well, that makes her face so long.
Say something? It's really something. Well, they're not paying no attention to nobody, are they?
Hold on, honey, hold on. Watch this, you just walk.
It's a big male moose. Bull moose, whatever you call it. He's not cooling off for the day. He must really be hot to be laying on the creek.
You bet.
There's a water fountain blowing out of a big rock here. Well, but there'll be good water to drink. If you're thirsty to look at it. Beautiful creek running below. take it through the car glass. I hope it'll fit.
We're still in Montana.
Getting late afternoon. It's been a beautiful day.
Want to take some more pretty scenery?
Yes. Sunshine on that hill over there.
Look at the creek right alongside down here, upside of it. River, whatever. This 1911 town car. It's got a record player and everything in it. Price is $1,200. I mean $12,000. No. 12. Let me see.
Actually, we're just on our way out.
$1,200's right. Isn't that something? We're at the Ford Museum in Deer Lodge, Montana. It's several different makes of Fords, and we're going to go through and see what all they've got here.
That's one of the first ones there, 1903.
Yeah, 1903. Aren't they something? We're still here in the Ford Museum. You know, he's admiring all the Ford makes and models. Seen some pictures of some we've had. I don't know where we'll have any of the real car that we had, 1935 Ford or not. Then I was looking at a 1908 Model T there now. Model T, it's a Model S runabout. I never heard of it. Last year, the race Model T. 1915 town car. first year for electric headlights. Speedster, Model T. It's 1914 is the last year for cherry wood dashboard. This is a Model K Roadster. Never heard of that either. Model T Runabout. 1911 Model T Torpedo Runabout. '11 Model T touring car. Isn't that fancy?
What the cost of it?
780 in it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. 26.
I didn't know they made 26. It looks like a Model A, did you? That's just where they made the Model A.
That's a Model T.
1926 Model. Model S, I think.
1927 Model T touring. It's the kind I like. I can remember seeing some of these, 1928. So. Probably rode in some of them. '28 Ford Model AR Plantain. I didn't know it was anything but a model and a Model B and a Model T. 1918, 1917. 20, 21, and 23 models. 24 model, and the 26 model. You got quite a selection here. 1928 snowmobile. Looks like that'd take you right on down the road. One pickup truck. List price $425. '39s and '40s. Daddy had some like this. List price this is $765. Daddy bought one and it was 10 years old, and it was during the war, or right after the war. He gave $900 for it. It's more than it was new. That seems unbelievable, but I remember it just as well as yesterday. Yeah, you enjoying this?
I sure am.
Isn't this something? It's a different color. I'll be sure and get this. Most of them are black.
This is the first year they built the V8.
Is it? I bet they thought that was something. Down this sign says, "Please walk, don't run." No, I don't imagine he'll have to see that. He's poking along. I can see it a whole lot quicker than he can, so I'm taking some videos to show him get back home and let him enjoy himself in here. The 50, that's similar to the one we went to California in when Dad was in service. It was a 51, the one we had. But I don't see a 51 here yet. I don't know whether they have it or not. But it was a comfortable car. We traded right before we left, and so we'd have a bigger trunk and everything. We had a 35 Ford. Went up a few years. He had on it was black. We thought we really had something. All of them, this is a 58 Edsel. They're a really unusual car. Seemed like it wasn't too much of a sale for them when they come out, but now when you find one, it's really a treasure. Here's another one. Station. There's some new wheels and tires and oil and all kinds of advertisements. It says no loafing. It's for the ferry. Go across to Vancouver Island. Look around over there a while, and then I guess we'll spend the most of the evening there. Or British Columbia. We decided to go there instead of Vancouver Island. Some said it's prettier, they like it better. It's beautiful here, isn't it? We're on the ferry, and we're just getting ready to get off. This is some of the harbor. Fishing boats. Different things. They must do commercial fishing here. Motels and different things.
First.
Isn't this something?
Sure is. Beautiful.
British Columbia. Look here at the horse drawn over here. Look right through there. See? See the taking a carriage ride. Like the flowers up on the post.
It's a fine looking tree. I don't know what kind of tree it is. It's like some kind of a spruce, evergreen.
I never seen one like it. Well, kids like climbing that, wouldn't they?
Looks like they got the limbs
It
placed.
says no climbing on it, but it don't look to me like it's
It's
kept the
them-
rules.
Those limbs are slick, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
Flowers.
It's beautiful. And it's a pretty place. It's a motel. Look at all the flowers. They got a hanging pot just every post. And now up here's a fountain over here to your left. It's really pretty. We have a lot of motels, a lot of blow in so strong. That's a pretty view on that side too. It's a different view, but it is beautiful. We've had a good day and we've had a good trip. We're starting on our way back now.
This is Tommy's home. Beautiful place here.
It's not a still one. It's not a still one.
But you're always self-conscious.
We,
They're moving at you, yeah.
We're really enjoying.
Go ahead now.
We're enjoying our visit here with Tommy and wife.
You have a beautiful home.
Yes, I do.
Beautiful location, beautiful surroundings, and just a wonderful place to live. I've never heard Uncle Bill speak about where Tommy lived, and he'd say Washington State, and then he'd say Spokane, Washington, and I didn't think about being here someday, but we've rolling by.
We've really enjoyed it. It's a blessing. You tried to get him to move out here? Uh-huh.
He kept saying he wanted to come out.
Uh-huh.
So I told him, I said, Dad,
I'm going to get a few pictures of the. Oh, I got to get these. Here's precious grandchildren. They're almost cute as ours.
he said, well, I can't.
Yeah.
You want to be at home.
Yeah.
Be there when he died.
It'd been good if he could come out just for.
Tommy has given us directions how to get out, which is very helpful.
You go down to the light here, go through the light, the freeway stops, then left. Then go down the hill. Second.
Uh-oh, well, I'm about to lose Velma. This good-looking man here. Does he speak your English?
Delma's going over to check out this corn palace. Isn't that a pretty thing? They redecorate every year. Costs them $50,000 or $60,000 to redecorate that. They've got people making it's a different theme every year. And of course, us being farmers in our background, we was interested in it. All kinds of grains, but the birds and squirrels and things feast on it, so they have to redo it. And they've got pictures inside of every year that they've redesigned it. They've made it bigger 2 or 3 times, and really the reason why they built this is to draw people out in this area to settle. It was first one was built in 1800 something, and so this is really a fine place. Mitchell's Corn Palace. We really did enjoy it. Well, we better go. Did you check it out?
Sure did. Pretty.
Guess we better go on down the road. We're on our way home now, so we've had a really good time. We've seen a lot of good croplands and coming in here, so we'll be on our way. Take a little of it. Soybeans. We've seen a little bit of everything, sunflower and different things. A lot of corn. Looks like a hay field here. This is hay, and they look like they had a lot of hay left over. A lot of stock. There's a bunch of cows. It's really pretty farming land through here. Field of corn. Well, they really raise the corn through here. Acres and acres, just like 100 acres in one field. The sign, we don't need resting. We walked around out there at the Corn Palace and looked at everything, and we're heading for a motel now. getting a little bit later than we aim to stay anyway. Here's the rest area. All of them look different. Well, each state looks different. I feel there's something growing there.